until the static eventually starts to quiet down. That is not Rose! Hey internet, it's Jessica, and welcome to The Letter. So, today, I'm going to be starting Spooktober, or the spooky horror games, for the channel, and a lot of you have recommended that I try The Letter. It is a horror visual novel, and if you guys know me, I normally don't play horror games, just because, you know, my anxiety disorder kind of has stopped me from enjoying horror games, since I can't exactly handle jump scares that well, or like very anxiety-inducing situations, which a lot of horror games are. But this sadly has made me miss out on a lot of amazing games, and this game actually came out last year, and I heard nothing but good reviews from it, from friends and a lot of other people. So it was a shame that I didn't get to try it, but after I survived Doki Doki Literature Club, I figured maybe I can have a chance with this game, maybe I can still play it, so hopefully, you know, I won't die on camera or something like that. But anyway, before we get started, if you guys would like to get the game yourself, I'll leave a link in the description and actually read the description of this game for you guys so you understand what this game is about. So it says here, The Letter is an interactive horror drama visual novel inspired by the classic Asian horror films, kind of like The Grudge and The Ring and stuff like that, so that's great for me. Told through an immersive, branching narrative, the game puts the players into the shoes of 7 characters as they find themselves falling prey to a vicious curse, playing the Ermengarde Mansion, oh god, I'm gonna have trouble with these names, for centuries. In this game, your choices will shape and drive the story forward. You need to mend the relationship on verge of collapse, or will you let it fall? Will you risk saving them despite the consequences, or leave them to die your gruesome death? The fate of all characters is in your hands. So, another reason why I was so interested in this is because it kind of reminded me of Until Dawn, and that was my favorite horror game of all time. It was totally corny, but I love the fact that it was like a choose your own adventure game, and like, you know, the choices you make affected the story, and like characters can die and live. You decide like what's gonna happen. So I love the fact that this game is not only that it's a visual novel, so it's a little bit easier on me, but you actually get to decide what the story will tell and like what happened to the characters. So hopefully I won't kill anyone, but I will most likely kill someone. Anyway, let's begin. Oh, okay, alrighty, it already scared me. Jump scare number 1, that was nice, I like that, okay. Prologue. Okay, I'm probably gonna jump out a lot, so if I start screaming a lot, I apologize so much, because I'm not used to horror stuff, so, the Ermengarde Mansion. It was built for Lord William and Lady Elizabeth Ermengarde of Luxembourg, humble ambassadors of peace and beloved by their people. Both were well known for their compassion and generosity, never failing to extend a helping hand to anyone in need. Under their influence and wealth, what was once a small sleepy village grew to be a prosperous and bustling town. However, the seasons of joy eventually ended when the good nobles perished at the hands of a great plague. Their riches and legacy were henceforth passed on to their only child, Lady Charlotte Ermengarde. I'm sorry, can someone please tell me how to pronounce these names I know someone will do it anyway, but I don't know how to say them. The mansion has stood since the 1620s, a witness of a very long history of joy and pain. After Lady Charlotte committed suicide, oh my god, the great house was eventually left uninhabited. And that's when it began. Great, the thunder cued perfectly. Surrounding villagers spoke of seeing and hearing unearthly things, of cries and howls that filled the nights, and hearsay of mysterious women roaming the halls aimlessly. People who dared to enter its walls were simply never heard from again. Even after 400 years, these stories remain much like the house itself. Whispers about the once great house, its legend, and its curse still fall upon the villagers' ears. In spite of this, the current owners are convinced that these stories are nothing more than a hoax. With a little regard for the truth, the Headbriar Reality Corporation placed the property back on sale. Okay, what is up with all these freaking horror stories where they're just like, there's a haunted mansion, and then the realtors are like, oh, it's fine, it's okay, let's just sell it to all these freaking people. You know what I started watching recently? I know this is so random, but I'm a little bit late on this too. I started watching American Horror Story recently, so I watched season 1 till now, like within a few weeks. what the hell was up with the murder house? How many people died in there? And they're just like, yeah, let's buy it. It's cheap. It's okay. The fact that there's demons and ghosts in there, it's okay though. Let's buy it. Like Pandora's box, the secrets lie inside await to be discovered by brave souls. No matter what happens, take care not to be consumed by the curse. Yeah, I'll try not to. Good luck. I'm gonna need it, considering I got scared in the beginning. Isabella. Okay, this is one of the characters. Journal update. Oh.
Hello?
Oh,
Isabella?
there's voice acting.
Are you there?
A familiar jittery voice comes from the other end.
Oh, hey Rose. I'm at St. Goretti High. What's the matter?
What do you mean, what's the matter?
This actually saves my voice.
It's the mansion, silly. I'm here and you're late. Jeez, we're on shift together. You promised. Oh my god, please don't tell me you forgot. You were planning on leaving me to check this place out on my own, weren't you?
No.
Chickened out.
Calm down. You know I take my promises seriously.
I'd like to believe that. So hurry up and get here. This place is huge. A bit too quiet since no one's lived here since, like, forever, but beautiful nonetheless.
Yeah, sure.
Why are you so surprised? This isn't the first time you've been there.
I know. I just wish I could live in a place like this. It really takes my breath away.
Yeah, well, I wouldn't be so sure about that. Not after the rumors that say it's haunted.
Yeah, why would you want to live there if it's haunted?
Jeez, never mind those rumors. Ghosts aren't real after all.
Oh man.
Even if they are, which they are not, they can't do anything.
Unless they're demons.
You don't know that. They might be listening or watching right now, and they might not be happy with you enough to curse you.
No offense, sweetie, but that's a bit of a stretch.
Believe it or not, it's better to be careful.
Yeah.
You know, not every property we sell will end up with a dead body stuffed in a sofa.
And I think that mansion is where we'll likely find another one. I can feel it.
That was one time, Isabella.
Ew, what? They found a body with... Ew!
Wait, just get here ASAP, please. I'm getting bored being here on my own.
Fine. Let me just finish up here.
Okay, see you. Bye.
She hangs up before I can respond. Rose, still charming as ever.
Who's that?
Oh, who's this? Oh, hello. Okay, first of all, I would like to say my first impressions of the visual novel so far. Holy crap, this is very high quality. I just want to say, usually a lot of visual novels don't have like moving animations in the back. It's usually just a still image, so I'm very impressed with this. Also liking the art style. I look up from my phone to see Rebecca. Becca, giving me a questioning look.
Oh, that? It's just Rose.
Rose?
Ooh,
The one you said
they
who
move.
trained you for your job back when you started? You're working together again?
Just for this property. We've been scoping out that big mansion down Ansem Village after the renovations. Today's sort of its grand opening to the public. BRC wants to give it one last check before we let potential buyers tour it this afternoon.
Oh, wait, mansion? That big spooky one you've been telling everyone about?
Yes, the haunted one.
Didn't you keep saying how it just gave you the creeps? You actually went there? And you're going back?
Well, I did promise Rose I wouldn't ditch her. And besides, a job is a job. Gotta do what you gotta do to make a living.
I feel like I would rather not die and be poor. Just saying. As soon as those words leave my mouth, Becca lets out a soft chuckle.
What's so funny?
Nothing. It's just that I didn't expect you to say that. Coming from you, it sounds so out of character. I mean, no offense, but you've been
no
freaking
offense,
out
but
about the
then
place being
they say an
creepy ever
offensive
since you
comment.
brought us to it. Cursed rumors and all. I honestly thought you'd back out.
Not all the time. I could really use a huge amount of cash right now, and this is just the fastest way to get it. Plus, listen to this. Briar Realty wants it sold as soon as possible, and the agent who lands the deal is going to get a huge bonus.
I think they say that because they know that this house is going to be hard to sell, because in like real life, people have the right to ask like, oh, has there anything like bad happened in this house? Has anyone died in this house? And usually if the realtor says, yes, someone was murdered or someone died in here, the person's gonna be like, I don't know if I want to buy this house anymore. No matter if it's a beautiful mansion like this. If someone told me, yeah, people died in this house and also committed suicide, I'd be like, nah, I don't want it.
They never give bonuses like that. Getting that would make life so much easier. They're desperate, I'm desperate, it's perfect.
A sympathetic look crosses her face.
You know, if you're really in urgent need of money, you could have just asked me.
What? Why?
Or Ashton. We can always let you borrow. and you can pay us back whenever.
I mean, that's very sweet. I'm assuming they're all friends, right? But like, for me, I personally would not want to borrow money from friends. You know, even though I know they're trying to help us out, but I just feel like it can get in the way of the friendship. I have to keep myself from groaning out loud. In the years I've known her, I can already tell what to expect once she has that expression.
Becca, I've noticed that you've been living off instant noodles these
Oh
past
my
few
god.
weeks.
She crosses her arms and grimaces at the thought. Her voice slightly raises and begins to scold me. Instantly, I'm reminded why Becca excels at teaching Beausier teenagers.
Stop eating junk. They're cheap, but they're not good for you.
Yeah, but if she has no money, she has nothing else to eat.
You'll definitely end up in the hospital if you keep at it.
Here we go again. I eat other things too. You're not my mom. No, I'll just say I eat other things too. You're not there.
Hey, I eat other things too.
Okay, before we continue, it says here relationship change. Ooh, okay. So this is like, I guess if the meter goes up, it's how well this certain character likes them. So Rebecca is the most that she likes, and Zachary. Ashton, Luke is the lowest one. Okay, so that's pretty cool. Other than that, there was a journal too. Huh. So nothing is really written on here. We'll look at it later anyway. I fold my arms across my chest, mimicking her posture and giving her the best frown I can muster. The same one I use with my younger siblings when they're being difficult. Instead, she only raises an eyebrow at me.
That's not going to work on me. And I saw it when you were cleaning your flat last week. The instant noodle cups outnumber everything else.
Well, Becca, I'm poor. What do you expect?
You're just exaggerating. Did you even see what's in my cupboard yet? I'm not just living on instant noodles alone. I've got canned beans,
Oh my
peas,
God.
tuna, ham, and even hamburgers in there.
She's got canned stuff. Becca wrinkling her nose by the time I got to the end of the small list. She even went to little green on the last one. I would have laughed a little at that. If I didn't know, it would only lead to more reprimands from her.
Aren't those the same ones you won from the grocer's raffle more than a year ago?
Ew, what? Girl, okay, I'm on Becca's side now. Dude, you gotta throw that out.
I sincerely hope you're checking the date stamps on those things before eating them.
Ew.
In any case,
Ugh.
those are still
Wait, ask
not
for
exactly
food
healthier
poisoning.
choices, Belle.
She shakes her head, possibly laughing from some funny distant memory. When she looks up, I immediately brace myself. More words from her. Sometimes it's just better to let Becca talk until she's out of things to say. But when she turns her attention back to me, there is only warmth in her smile.
What am I going to do with you?
She says this more to herself than me, her voice shifting into something kinder, even motherly, if I'm looking for the exact word.
I hope you know that it's impossible not to worry about you when you're like this. You don't have to keep eating the same thing.
Well, at least we can know that, you know, even if she is being annoying, she is being like a good friend, like caring, like, oh, I hope you're eating well and stuff. That is, if I remember, the creators of this game, they're from Asia, and like, as an Asian myself, it's very, very common for people to be like, hey, did you eat well? Did you eat, okay last night or whatever? It's usually how we say, like, how are you doing? Because, if we know you haven't eaten well, that means something is going on. So.
Already told you before. You're always free to reheat food in my fridge.
Thanks, Becca. I really appreciate it, but you don't need to keep babying me. You've been taking care of me since after I moved here. You have to take a break sometime. And before you ask again, no. You know I'm not a fan of borrowing money. And I'm not going to ask you to give me what you earned hard for yourself.
You and your pride. But suit yourself. The offer stays on the table, though.
Of course. I nodded in response, if only to get her to drop the topic. But I'm pretty certain I will never take that offer. Ever. It has nothing to do with pride. I've simply seen plenty of times how friendships can take the turn for worse just because of a few unpaid debts. That's exactly my point. I don't want something like that to happen between me and Becca. We may argue a lot about small petty things, but she already feels like a real sister to me. I don't want to lose that friendship over something so trivial. Becca's movements, when she takes a quick glance at something behind me, she snaps me out of my thoughts.
Well, enough chit-chat. Lunch is ending, and my students will be back any minute.
I was wondering why we were in the classroom. She's the teacher.
We can catch up later. Good luck with your clients. You better treat us to lunch or something if you get that sale.
You bet!
With a small smile, she returns to her desk and begins shifting through the pages of rather thick history books. She's probably working on the next week's lesson plan, or at least trying. Her eyes are distant, and she doesn't seem to be attentive to whatever is on the page. As if she heard my thoughts, Becca starts coughing heavily. Her hand hastily goes to her mouth to stifle a sound. This is precisely why I followed her here. For someone who makes a habit about worrying about other people, Becca sure forgets how to take care of herself. Oh man, yeah, that's tends to be the kind of thing that happens to people who are very caring and like very concerned about others. I do that a lot. Like, I care about a lot of other people, but I tend to forget about myself too. So I can definitely see she's getting sick and stuff and she doesn't care because she's worried about her friend.
Hey, you sure you can manage on your own? I mean, you're still a bit feverish.
Hush, dear. Don't you worry about me. I'll just drink some medicine and I'll be right as rain.
Can we bring her like something? I level her with a flat look. She's had a cold for a couple of days now. Something about the strange weather not agreeing with her lately. And despite my advice to take a week off and rest, I found her apartment empty when I dropped by this morning. She even left the medicine her doctor prescribed. Look who's being stubborn now.
You shouldn't even be working right now.
Seriously, you big baby. I'll be fine. For now, just go to work and stop making that Rose girl wait for you. I'll call you if I still feel bad.
I don't think she will.
You can come pick me up if it makes you feel any better.
She offers me a reassuring smile. I can only sigh. Why do I even bother? There's no stopping her when she's decided on something. Defeated, I reach inside my bag and pull out the same bottle of medicine she left earlier. She looks at it warily when I place it in front of her. Unfortunately for her, this is the one thing I'm not letting her have her way.
Alright, but don't forget what the doctor said. Drink this on time.
That's right!
I'll see you later, okay?
There's an amused gleam in her eyes when she shifts them back to me.
Look who's playing the mother hen now.
Rebecca!
Okay. I won't tease anymore. I'll make sure to drink it, Mom.
Before I can retort, she casts another look at the clock. I take that as a sign to finally end my conversation and my short visit. With a small wave, I leave her alone and her classroom and her thoughts. Okay. Wait, can we look at the journal now that we left? Profiles. Oh, cool. Okay, Isabella is who we're playing. Maria Isabella Grace Cruz Santos. She is 20 years old, 5'2". She's a state agent. She's Filipino! Hey! I should have known because her freaking name was Santos. Okay, if anyone doesn't know, I'm half Filipino, so you know. Her religion is Roman Catholic. She had a fine arts undergraduate. She likes cinnamon rolls, dogs, food, police procedural dramas, and teleseries? What? Comedies and karaoke. Of course she does. Freaking Filipinos and their karaoke machines. She is the third child among 7, daughter of a laundrywoman, jeepinary driver. She went to public school and was an average student, but she took art easily. Eventually, she pursued a degree in fine arts, and as encouraged by her father. However, when the man was diagnosed with a terrible illness, she had to stop studying and make money. Oh, that's why I'm like, why is she a real estate agent? It was Isabella's aunt who helped her get work overseas in order to earn more money than any local job that she could get. Rose Copper became her mentor as soon as she started as an agent at BRC. It's been 5 years since she met the neighbor Rebecca. She met Ashton during an unfortunate incident involving her first scale at the Delvin court and later Zachary through him, okay? So I guess we're gonna like find out the characters' profiles when we switch characters. Okay, so that's Isabella, and not surprisingly that she's using her second name because a lot of Filipinos don't use like their first name. I don't have a second name, so it doesn't matter to me, but like that's usually common that they're not using their real name. And a lot of Filipinos are named Maria. That's like a very common name. I think that's why they don't use their first name. I hail a passing taxi to take me to the property as soon as they leave the school grounds. The mansion is some ways out into the countryside, but I don't have a trouble giving the driver directions. Apparently everyone in Luxbourne City knows it, including every bit of rumor surrounding the place. In fact, just the mention of its name is enough for the locals to give you cautious sidelong glances. I learned that the hard way when the first time I commuted there. It only boosted my belief there is something more to the house. Even the news of it being renovated and placed back up into the market has caused quite a stir. Thankfully, it died down a few weeks later. The place would have become a lot harder to sell otherwise. I averted my eyes from the window once the building shrinked in the distance. When we get a glimpse of the countryside soon, although a quick glance on my watch tells me we're still a few minutes away from our destination. Might as well get some work done. Rose did ask me to review the mansion's documents. I already looked over at them last night, but you never know when things may go wrong. Why did the creepy music just show up all of a sudden? Life has a way of messing things up like that. Halfway through the reading the papers, my phone rings again. I pick it up without looking, neatly tucking it between my ear and shoulder. It's probably just Rose again anyway.
Rose?
Guess again.
Ashton, I'm assuming? That voice.
Ash.
Bingo.
Hey, what's up?
Just checking if you're still cool later this evening.
You mean that thing with Zach?
Yeah, He even called in the middle of the night just to remind me.
No, don't worry. I didn't forget. I'll be there.
Cool. I'll see you later. What time do you get off?
Around 6 p.m.? I don't know. It's the first day of the Ermengarde Mansion's open
Ermengarde,
house, and
okay,
we're
okay.
expecting quite a number of potential buyers. I'll be booked the whole afternoon.
Ermengarde Mansion?
You know, the big Jacobean mansion at Anselm Village? I'm on my way there right now, actually.
On your own?
Yeah, well, Rose is already there, but yeah.
I see. Looks like the scaredy cat finally toughened up.
The hell's up with that horn in the back? What the fuck?
Shut up.
Ash chuckles and I can't help but roll my eyes upon hearing it.
I'll see you later. Drop me a call when you're done. I'll see if I can pick you up.
Whatever. Bye.
Bye, Ash. You look freaking cute. Sorry. Okay. Stupid asshole. Always sees me whenever he has a chance. I'll show him who's tough. It takes a few more minutes until I finally reach the infamous mansion. I have to admit, the entire property does look wonderful from the outside. Yet, despite all of this, it does nothing to hide something is just wrong. The surrounding area is usually silent, and only rustling of leaves can be heard as the occasional breeze passes by. While Anselm Village is just a few miles away, everybody keeps their distance on purpose, perhaps out of fear, the horror of falling under the mansion's curse. Somehow it makes me feel sad. The lack of immediate human presence just makes this place all the more eerie than it has to be. If it's uncanny in broad daylight, I can't imagine how this place looks at night. Man, I wonder when the demons are coming out!
I'm planning to go inside that place, Missy.
The voice nearly makes me jump out of my skin. Without completely taking my eyes off away from the house, I give the driver a confused nod. A beat passes while I wait for him to say more, but his only answer is a non-committal hum. But lately, it occurs to me that he must have been waiting for my payment. I mentally slap myself for spacing out and promptly hand him the fare with an apologetic look. I expect him to leave as soon as I paid, but there's a hesitant expression on him, as if something hasn't been said yet.
Is there something wrong?
Look, Missy, I'm sure you've heard what the people are telling everyone about that place. Nobody likes to be disturbed when they're at peace. And I'm pretty sure whatever they say is in that house. Doesn't want to either.
That's usually the case. Regardless if they're, you know, good or bad spirit, I still think they don't want anyone coming into their domain. So I'm assuming the family just doesn't want, you know, the Ermengarde family doesn't want anyone to come to their house because this is their house, right? So if we sell it to someone else, they're probably going to kill whoever enters the house.
I admit they did a good job fixing it up, but there must have been a reason why even distant relatives of the family who used to own the house never lived in there despite inheriting it. No wonder they wanted to get rid of it.
Maybe they just didn't like it?
Yeah, right, this big-ass house.
You never know.
He drives off after, but what he said has left a foreboding feeling in my gut. I breathe out a heavy sigh as I approach the house. After hearing enough of the rumors, I should have expected the conversation to take that turn. But I'm already here. Backing out is completely out of the question. It's not like I have a choice anyway. If I want to get a bonus and a commission, one way or another, I still gotta sell this property. The door is ajar when I go to it. However, while my own copy of the key dangles uselessly in my hands, Rose must have left it open when she arrived. Oh no! Girl, why'd you go in the house? Could you have at least waited for Isabella? Come on. That's weird. We may be the only people in here this early, but I've never known her as someone careless. Ew, I already feel creepy in here, my god. Entering what greets me inside leaves me gaping. They've cleaned every corner, waxed the floor, dusted the antiques, and searched every nook and cranny and crevice and made it spick and span. All for the sake of making the mansion more enticing in a modern-day lords and ladies. But no matter how hard they try, the mansion still looks as soulless as ever. As though it's going to eat you alive. If you ask me, they should have just listened to what other people have been telling them and leave this place alone. Some things in this world are better left alone, never to be disturbed again.
Rose?
I call out. Oh, you can hear her voice echoing. I'm scared.
Rose, I'm here. Where are you?
My voice echoes softly throughout the hall. This is so cool. I just love the little details that they included in this game. Like, the moving elements, the fact that, like, Isabella's voice is echoing through the halls to give that effect. That's pretty cool. Oh, who am I kidding? In a place this big? I don't think she'll hear me no matter how deafening the silence is. She could be all the way on the other side of the property for all I know. Quickly, I reach my phone and dial her number. But...
The number you have dialed has not been recognized. Please check and try again.
What? What do you mean it has not been recognized? We were just talking a while ago. It's not like she was eaten by the house, right? Or maybe the ghost did hear us talking and spirited her away, right? Right? No, Isabella, don't be ridiculous. She probably just wandered deeper into the house and lost signal or something. I'm already scared. Can I just say that right now? I dial her number again, hoping the call will connect this time.
The number you have dialed has not been recognized. Please check and try again.
But to no avail. Oh boy. I have a very bad feeling about this.
Rose? If you can hear me, please come out.
Dude, if I was Isabella, I would leave the house and try to call, and then if it doesn't show up, well, I'll just tell my boss there's something wrong here.
Come on, Rose. This isn't funny. You know this place gives me the creeps.
No answer. This isn't going to work. This place is big. She could be anywhere. I need to start looking for her. I take a deep breath before venturing deeper into the mansion. No! Taking a couple of steps forward, I notice something move above the grand staircase.
What the hell? Rose? Rose, is that you?
No! I don't want to see! Is it a demon? What the fuck?
Not funny. I'm leaving you if you don't come out. Not coming out, huh? Fine. I'm going.
I'm scared. Okay, that's a lie. She's my friend. I can't really leave until I know she's alright. Growing desperate, I try to contact her number again. Come on, please give me something. Please, Lord? Yes, finally.
Hello? Hello?
I feel like it's not her answering.
Mansion. Where the hell are you?
I knew it! God damn it, the demon got her! She doesn't respond. There's also a heavy static coming from her side. I sincerely hope it doesn't get cut off again before I can get an answer from her.
Rose, come on. Where are you?
A moment passes until the static eventually starts to quiet down. That is not Rose!
What? The attic? Why?
Crap, it got cut off. No! Yo, the Grudge or whatever the fuck it is got her! Man, do I really need to go there? With how deep inside the mansion the attic is, there's barely any signal there. No wonder I can't contact her, but why is she there? Out of all places, she just makes me go fetch her in the creepiest room of this place. Is she doing this to get back at me for being late? Whatever, I'll just go. The sooner I'll meet up with her, the sooner I'll feel better about being here. Okay guys, I'm gonna end the episode right here. I'm sorry to cut it off, but like, Jesus Christ! Why every horror situation I've come up with, they go alone into the creepy place and then they get separated from their friends and then they hear the creepy voice, but they're just like, oh yeah, that must be my friend, even though it doesn't sound nothing like their friend. Dude, she's fucking dead. Okay, I'm just telling you right now. We have barely started, I'm already scared. Anyway, if you guys enjoyed this Let's Play and would like me to continue it on the channel, please let me know in the comments or leave a like on the video just so I know you guys want the series to continue. I'll do my best to remain calm, but it's very hard for me because I get scared very easily. But regardless, let me know what you guys think. Do you think Rose is dead by the demon? Do you think that's actually Rose or do you think a demon got her? Because I don't think that's Rose, just saying. Anyway, be sure to subscribe and hit the bell button so you know when I upload the next episode of The Letter. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you all in the next one. Bye! Ooh!
Hide!
Yo, I thought something exploded there for a second. What the hell was that? Creepy. And sometimes that brings people together in a not-so-cute way. Here are 6 terribly awkward romances in video games. Number 6. Cole and Elsa.